let them regret their decision. Targeted individuals, psychic reading. If you want a personalised one, they're on sale up until the 18th, sorry, of January. Grief. Let them regret their decision. Right, so bottom of the deck, we've got Lord of the Root of the Power of Fire, Ace of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this is about you stepping into that power, taking control of the situation, grabbing the torch, grabbing that wand, and taking control. Something's trying to come through, saying something nevermore. I'm not quite catching it. Right, Five of Swords in the reverse, Lord of Defeat. Okay, followed up by the Eight of Cups in the reverse, Lord of Abandoned Success. Followed up by Four of Cups, Lord of Blended Pleasure. Followed up by the Wheel of Fortune, Lord of the Forces of Life. So basically, what this is saying is you're not going to be defeated. Okay, all that success whereby people have tried to stop you and you've thought about abandoning it, that ain't going to happen. You're going on to emotional pleasure. You're going on to abundance, excuse me. And the wheel is finally turning in your favor. Okay. They thought they could outshine you. They thought that by copying the steps that you had made, they could recreate the magic, but they don't have it within them. They don't have that divine spark of inspiration, of light, of passion. Okay. They've been manipulated and controlled by everybody around them under the guise of friendship. Okay. They are going to fall victim to the circumstances they have played for themselves. Okay, so whoever these people are, they're not stupid. They're aware of what. I was just in 212 on the time. They're aware of what's going off, and they've naively chosen to listen to other people, and it's the other people who want to see your downfall. Now, the whole collective, the whole lot, are going to see you rise and win, whereas they're going to fall flat on their faces. Okay, because the spark, the drive, the passion that this collective I'm speaking to has within them is unmatched. The light that you have within you will burn them away. Okay, and you've not even started properly shining yet. Start stepping into that star power. Start stepping into that person that you are supposed to be. Okay, they can't hold you back. Cheap imitations. Okay, it's the rise of the copycats now. Okay, you've done the hard work, and people are trying to ride those coattails, but bring you down as well. Okay, the lies that are being told right now by people around you that you won't even hear is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. People are claiming that what is yours is theirs, and they've created it and they've come up with that and blah 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 blah. The sad fact is many will believe them. Many will believe them, despite the evidence to show otherwise. They will get on the bandwagon and they will go along. But you have nothing to worry about because it will all end in defeat for them. Okay. Um, don't be afraid to speak your truth. I'm being told. So, King of Cups, Prince of the Chariot of the Waters. Okay. Knight of Cups in the reverse, Lord of Waves and Waters, Two of Wands in the reverse, Lord of Oppression. So what this feels like it's telling me is, right, this collective needs to step into their masculine energies and take control on an emotional level. So if you have people copying you or pretending to be you or claiming what's yours is theirs, ground yourself, steady yourself. Okay. Now what I can see here is the King of Cups is staring at a snake. Okay, staring at a snake. What this feels like to me is like steady yourself emotionally, ground yourself. Okay, keep pouring into your own cup. Keep pouring into what it is that you're building, but do it in a kind of more controlled way. What I mean by that is when you see people robbing your ideas or copying you, it's easy to get triggered. It's really easy to get triggered. God only knows I know that. So it's saying, like, just realize you're a king. You know, Let them do it, you know. Yeah, some people will go along with it. Of course they will, because people are sheep. Sheeple, they're called. But it's, you know, you can't, you know, you can't copy quality, put it that way, right? And keep refusing nights offers from people, okay? That is how you're going to break these chains of this oppression that's been placed onto you, right? Queen of Cups as well. So I feel like you've got some feminine energy backing you as well. Okay, because remember, masculine energy. Because I feel like I'm talking to leaders here. Okay, masculine energies are leaders, feminine energies are nurturers and supporters. So allow that feminine energy from whoever that is, because I do feel it's like it's a different person. It could be a friend, could be a partner, etc. Allow them to nurture you as well. Right. So let's get some more clues with the what's the tea, because I know you guys like this. Right, okay, so it's our good old friend Jackpot. Okay, so we're going on to Jackpot energy. Unexpected windfall, right place, right time, big blessings ahead. More drawn to the big blessings ahead there. Sorry to disappoint you, but yeah, big blessings ahead. Right, any other clues, please, what's going off here? Haunted, memories, flashbacks, trauma, side effects. This is what these people are going to start receiving. Okay, they're going to... Because like I say, it feels like this reading's more about the people who are being manipulated. Like I say, they've knowingly wandered into this trap. Okay, the thing is, right, you know, when you're a truth speaker and you tell people stuff, why is it that when it's about people that they know that that's not true, yet everything when it's about people that they know that they don't like, that's true? No, when you're a truth speaker, you talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it doesn't matter who they are. So I think they're going to be haunted by this decision that they've made. Okay, lack of passion, lack of driving coming for them. Okay, yeah, because it's not only are these people who've been kind of knowingly lured into this trap, if you want to call it that. The people who are kind of getting them to do this stuff, they know that these people don't really have the fire, passion, or gumption to do it. Right, groupies. Okay, and then always partying, kissing ass. Right, what this feels like is the people that have been kind of lured into this, let's call it, this has happened because people around them have been kissing their arse, been all like, "Oh my god, you guys are so great, it's so brilliant, yeah, we need you, blah 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 blah." And what I want to say with that always partying, they've been talking about this kind of like party kind of not as in like drinking and stuff like that, but I mean like yeah we'll be celebrating, we'll be having a party at the end of the year. So for example, obviously end of 2025 I did my Urban Warlock healing awards ceremony at the Junction, and I've no doubt that the copycats will be start saying, yeah, we're going to do that as well. Yeah, we can do our own. It's going to be better than his. Blah 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 blah. So it's an energy of that to it with the partying thing. Right. Any more clues, please? Right. Want you back. Didn't know your worth. Now they're desperate. Too little, too late. So I do feel as time goes on, as the weeks pass, etc., etc., there are going to be people, not necessarily the attackers, not necessarily the people who've been manipulated to do something, but probably more so the people who have stood with them. They're going to be wanting to be come back in, and it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Why would you let people in who haven't stood with you, played out? Okay, what I'm going to say here is they've played themselves out. They've played themselves out. So, case in point, right? You take the event circuit for example. I don't give a shit if you like me as a person or not, right? When it comes to the new wave events, I'm the event organizer. You pay me not as much as most of the others out there to put on the event for you, right? I'm not going to be nasty to you. I wouldn't have you on the event if I didn't like you, okay? But you know, you've got to have that trust. It doesn't matter if you like me as a person, okay? It's it's work, it's business. You know, I know at these events people like to go along and hug each other, weirdos, but it's business. You're there to make money, and if you don't trust me, you know, to make you money, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But don't cut your nose off to spite your face because your friends have told you something about me and you don't even fucking know me. Nobody knows me. You played yourselves out, idiots. Right, anyway, there you go. We'll leave it there. Ta-ta.